Hey guys, it's Rick Shaw here. It's the 7th of October, and last couple of days been going back and forth with the liaison girl from Demeterland on the house. The house is already up to the second floor. We've been going over changes. I added some plugs. I removed some lights up in the eaves. Don't want them. I removed a cabinet in the bedroom. We moved the upstairs bathroom door from the hallway into the master bedroom. That's going to be just mine and my wife's bathroom, period. That's just for us. And we have a nice one downstairs, so that's cool. We hose bib out in the back and a plug. We put a plug out there for a deep freezer, washing machine, whatever we want to put in there. There's a nice space there. And we're just going on with stuff. Now they gave me 60 centimeters for a refrigerator space, and that left us very limited to the fridge, because the fridge I want is 70 centimeters wide. And you need a little bit of space. You can't cram that in there. So, and also the countertop did not have a provision for a standing oven. You know, I want a broiler so I can broil some steaks and stuff like that in an oven to bake some bread. But they didn't have that, so we had the counter cut. They're going to give us 80 centimeters for a stove. That'll give me a little space between the stove and the fridge because they're right next to each other. Or they gave me 60 centimeters, not 80. And then we got the 80 for the fridge. So that'll give me a little bit of space there. I might put something up in between them up to the cabinet to keep the heat from going over to the fridge. I also had them where the new counter is going to end is going to be, they make it concrete here. The pedestals for it are all solid concrete. So I had them put a hole there so I can put my gas bottle underneath the sink. I had them do the provisions for Insta-Hot in the kitchen sink and the upstairs shower. I'm not worried about the downstairs bath. I've been bathing and here in the Philippines for 8 years now with no hot water. On the real cold days, which is like 75 degrees here, when you do want some warm water, we'll just heat it up on the stove and add it to a 5-gallon bucket. So, I'm good with that. So our bathroom's going to have just the shower. If I need hot water for the sink, I can just fill it up with, a cup or something for shaving or whatever with the hot water out of the shower. And then we got, I have to get the Insta-Hots, which is good because I was at a hotel in Davao, and they had Insta-Hots that were 2,500 watts, set it right on it. And you had to pretty much have hot water on full blast, no cold at all, in order for this thing to give you a warm shower. So I got 6,500 watt ones ready to go, made in Germany. Just looking at these things, they're really nice. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just order them from online, and then I'll just ship them straight down there, so I don't got to drive down there. For us to go down there now, there's just too many passes are needed, to get down there. And, then I got to find somebody to watch kids, because they're not going to let the kids go down there. To me, this country, things are patchwork really bad. Now here, you go out, there's no kids, they're giving everybody tickets and all this stuff. But you go a couple towns over, we've seen kids out playing in the streets, nobody wearing masks, not even the police. So it depends on the area you're in. I guess the mayor or the barangay, how they're going to enforce things. My neighbor over here was stopped by a policeman on the road for not wearing a mask in his car when he was by himself, which, I think that's something. He's a Filipino guy, and he's fed up with it. And plus, most of the people he knows and the ones I talk to, they're getting fed up with this baloney. People are starting to see the numbers. There's just, I don't know what numbers the governments here are looking at, because they sure aren't the numbers that we're seeing here down on the ground. We got a whole street over here behind us blocked off because of somebody with COVID. They can't get in or out, and they're up walking around. They're okay. And like I said in a video before, it's a very strange disease, because in order to know if you have it, you've got to get a test. Otherwise, you would never know you had it. So this is, to me, come on, guys. This is a bunch of ridiculous stuff. I've even seen a bunch of doctors are coming out all over the world. I mean, groups of 500 of them are coming out and saying this is all a bunch of baloney. And these magnification tests that they're doing are, they're magnifying it so you could see it, and these people can't even spread it. And now we're starting to see that people who wear masks are getting lung infections and all kinds of problems. So that's it. Okay. Hello. Say hi. That's our Tahoe lady. She comes around every day and gives them. I won't give the boys that because of the estrogen in it. I don't want the boys to get it and turn them feminine or anything like that. That's what I've been reading about that stuff. But that lady does a pretty good business. Her and her husband, he comes, sometimes it's him coming through. They got their little electric bikes, and it's kind of neat. They make it a living. They're doing their thing. But it is tough here. I'm glad they were able to get out and make some money again. I know when we go to the store, I do go to the big grocery store, but when it comes down to buying like fish, I don't buy a lot of the meats at the big open air market, but because they're not, I've seen people take a stupid cleaver that they had just cut some pork with and cut a cabbage in half and wrap it up and give it to you. So I'm real careful about getting meats and stuff, but I do buy vegetables from the vendors down at the market. We go over to San Jose, we get the best prices. I know they have a Carmona market here too, but prices are way too high. I mean, bananas will be 20 pesos a kilo more just down in Carmona, so I don't go over there. We have one fruit vendor lady, fruit and vegetable, that we go to. We get really good stuff from them, her and her husband, and they're just a real good couple. So that's where we get our stuff, and I like to buy from those guys because it's helping them out. The people who run the big store, believe me, they're doing just fine. So I'll buy from these local market folks so they can make a buck. It's tough here right now. I can't understand, why the government is still pushing this dang thing. And there's a lot of people here. If you start looking on the Facebook and see comments, there's people who want more. They want the president to come in with the military and shut the whole place down where nobody's allowed to leave their house. Come on, people. What reality are you living in? I mean, this is just ridiculous. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. We got election in the U.S. coming up real soon. Go Trump. I'm a Trump guy. You guys, I'm sure you know that already. I don't like the political thing at all, what goes on. But, holy cow, it's crazy what's happening with what's going on with these politicians. They just did a big dump of information, and I just saw something where Schumer had raped a 12-year-old, and the wife paid $2 million to cover it up to the mother, and so she wouldn't say nothing, and the kid wound up getting 2 abortions that were fathered by him, and she wound up committing suicide by the time she was 20, and they covered this up. They covered something as sick as that up, and this sycophant's been in politics all this time. And I keep hearing these people saying, oh yeah, we want to see Trump's taxes. Wait a minute, I'd like to see their taxes. I don't give a damn about Trump's. He's a billionaire. I don't give a shit about his taxes. I know from tax law. I had one time where I messed up on my taxes and didn't pay right for them, and they shut everything I had down. I couldn't use my bank. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't even get paid through work. So believe me, if he'd been doing anything wrong all these years, they'd have him by the balls already. They audit the guy all the time. I'd like to see these people. Al Sharpton's one, they say he owes millions. I'd like to see all these liberal politicians. I'd like to see their taxes. That should become automatic. As soon as you're somebody in politics, your taxes should be a matter of public record. You're a public servant. Let's see who you work for. Kamala Harris makes $174,000 a year, and she paid $1 million in taxes last year. Now that came out. Who is she working for? She ain't working for us. I hear she's first thing she does, and she will be the president if they vote those guys in. I don't think it's going to happen, but with all this vote stealing stuff, you never know. But she wants to take the guns off everybody right off the bat. Be damned the Constitution. So come on, you guys. Anybody who thinks of voting for these kind of people, there's some kind of derangement syndrome. I've had some of these trolls on my channel that just love these guys and would come right out and say they wish Trump was dead. You know, when Obama was in, I was definitely not an Obama guy, but you know something? I never wished death on him or his husband. I'm not sure which one's what. I don't know what that Michael or Michelle is for sure. It's a dude. I know it's a dude, but is he the husband or is he the wife? I'm not sure. You know, it's kind of twisted. That whole bunch is twisted, but you know, I'm just not getting all this stuff. Why you would want anyone dead? I don't want anyone dead right now. I don't. I'd like to see some people out, and I would love to see term limits in my own country. I don't think any politician should be in. It wasn't designed that way in the first place. They don't let the president only have 2 terms. Okay? Same with the rest of them. But see, they vote their own stuff in. They vote their own pay raises. They do all this crap. And if anybody thinks they care about the American citizens, you're just fooling yourself. They're in it to make money for themselves, period. They don't give a flying fart about you at all. And then you look at how sick some of these people are. Look at Nancy Pelosi. She just had a thing on TV where she went like some kind of zombie robot. She went into a reset. They were asking her questions, and she just went into good morning, Sunday morning. What's up? What glitch was that? Was that all the adrenochrome? Running through her system, glitch her brain? I don't know. But they're saying a lot of these people are pedophiles and all that. I don't know. I think they need to expand Gitmo and get these people the hell out of here. You know, and I truly believe they take the money that they made. How are they making so much money? How are they getting billions of dollars and millions of dollars, all these people that are politicians making, under 200 grand a year? I made a pretty good living my last years of work. But boy, oh boy, I couldn't buy all the stuff these guys buy. I had to budget. But they'll run everything in debt. They'll make a deal and they say, we're going to give this person $50 billion like it's nothing. And now we're into trillions. I'm glad that this thing stalled, this stimulus. They ain't giving anything to the people, but they shouldn't give anything to anyone. The first one, that's the kind of thing that pissed me off about Trump when he signed the first one. That should have been vetoed and they should have opened everything up back then. And they did another, 2.2 trillion, and it can go up from there. This is just crazy. Now they've got that money. He wants to help somebody. Then go ahead, and if you're gonna, that money's already gone. Then why don't you go ahead and give that to the people? Do an executive order. Give it if there's money left over from that. Give it to people. But what I think is this $1,200 that they're giving is just a joke. I think all the politicians are laughing. That's peanuts. This is really big-time peanuts, but yet they want to give airlines and bail out all these companies. I wouldn't give the airline a damn dime. Not one dime. You know that? Let somebody else come in and buy their planes for cheap and start over. Somebody with a new vision, not these assholes who just squander the money. When you're doing a business, I like my neighbor over here. He's set his business up, and he's making it through this storm that we're into. And these big, super rich CEOs of these airlines are broke. They're broke because of this. They didn't save any money. They've taken their big cuts and putting it in their pocket, and they're not saving for a rainy day. Same like the politicians. They're not saving for a rainy day. They're saving for themselves for a rainy day, but they're not wanting to help us guys out, the little people. We're just peasants to them. Nancy Antoinette with her stupid ice cream, let them eat ice cream. Come on, and you guys want to vote for them? I'd like to see all them get voted out. Schumer, Pelosi, Feinstein, all these knuckleheads. Get them all out. Just get them all out. We don't need these people. Get some new, fresh people in there that are going to actually do something. It seems like they'll do something for the first couple terms. But the new people getting in, too, they got to vote with their party deal. Because if they don't, they get censured, they get all kinds of crap from these old-timers. Well, get the old-timers out. They don't need to be there. Pelosi, 80 years old, a fried-up prune? Get her out of there. She don't need to be in there anymore. Look, we got Trump. He's an older fella, but look at him. vibrant guy. He's ready to go. I love this. I love this comment. He said, "Yeah, they checked out his DNA, and they found out it was USA." You gotta love him for that. You know, I truly believe he's for the country more than anyone, more than anybody that's been in the presidency in a long, long time. You know, we had Kennedy, but they killed him. I hope they don't get Trump. I truly believe this stuff of him being moved around with this Walter Reed baloney. I believe that was, they were just trying to keep him from getting killed. Another thing too, when he was on there, if you watch the video very closely, how the background's moving, tilting like he was on a boat or something, you know, so I don't think he was ever in Walter Reed. I think maybe assassins went there to try to find him and they couldn't find him. And I heard he had 25 attempts as of a couple weeks ago. So, very scary. All right, well, I'm going to have to let you go. 7th of October, this is Rick Shaw. And I want you guys all to take care of. I got to get my water ready because my waterman's coming up the street there. So I'm going to get that taken care of. In the video, I don't want the video getting too long anyway. So you all take care, pray for each other, pray for our wonderful country. Hey, pray for the Philippines too. There's a lot of people in bad straits here. I'm worse than I've ever seen it in the 8 years I've been here. So you all take care now, yeah?